Hollywood just delivered another plot twist, and this one didn't come from a writer's room. A director who once helmed a big-budget studio film is now at the center of a real-life scandal involving a Netflix project that never saw the light of day, and an $11 million budget that somehow morphed into Rolls-Royces, a Ferrari, and mattresses that cost more than most houses. And now, he's been convicted. The production didn't wrap, but the investigation sure did. Stick around because this story gets wilder with every receipt. Carl Eric Rinch isn't some unknown name floating around Hollywood. He's the filmmaker behind 47 Ronin, a visually ambitious feature that put him on the industry's radar. That profile helped him land a massive deal with Netflix for a sci-fi series called White Horse, a project that was supposed to be his big streaming comeback. The platform poured tens of millions into the production, expecting a sleek, high-concept show. Instead, the project stalled, and the behind-the-scenes story took a sharp turn into courtroom territory. Netflix didn't just dabble in White Horse, they poured real money into it. The company initially wired over $44 million to get the ambitious sci-fi series off the ground. But as production dragged on, and Rinch insisted he needed more to finish the job, Netflix approved another $11 million to help bring the project across the finish line. Except that finish line never appeared. And this is the moment where a slow production stopped looking like creative turbulence and started looking like the beginning of a federal fraud case. According to prosecutors, the extra $11 million Netflix sent never made its way to the White Horse production at all. Instead, they say Rinch quietly moved the entire amount into a personal account. Within just a couple of months, roughly half of it vanished on risky stock options trades that went south almost instantly. The remaining funds were pushed into cryptocurrency, where he actually managed to turn a profit. But instead of using that money to salvage the project, prosecutors say he shifted the gains straight into his own bank account. By this point, the show wasn't getting finished, but his personal finances were getting very busy. What happened next feels less like a production budget and more like someone's wildest shopping fantasy come to life. Prosecutors say Rinch went on a spree that would make even billionaire influencers blink. We're talking 5 Rolls-Royces and 1 Ferrari, bought back-to-back like he was collecting Hot Wheels. Then came $652,000, blown on watches and designer clothing. And the betting. Oh, the betting. He reportedly bought 2 mattresses for around $638,000, plus another $295,000 on luxury linens. At that price, you don't sleep on the mattress, it tucks you in. To top it off, he allegedly used the remaining funds to wipe out about $1.8 million in credit card bills. Meanwhile, the show that all this money was meant for? Still non-existent. Eventually, the spending spree and the stalled production caught up to him. In a New York courtroom, Carl Eric Rinch was convicted of wire fraud, money laundering, and several related charges, bringing the long-running mystery of the missing millions to a definitive legal end. His sentencing is already on the calendar, set for April, and the penalties could be severe. As for Netflix, the company chose to keep its distance from the fallout and declined to comment. The show never happened, but the case is now very, very real. Rinch's attorney, Benjamin Zeman, pushed back hard after the verdict. He argued that the jury got it wrong and insisted this wasn't a criminal scheme, but a creative and contractual dispute blown out of proportion. He even warned that the decision could set a dangerous precedent, one where artists working with giant studios risk being treated like criminals if a project goes off the rails. According to the defense, this case is bigger than one director and could shape how far the government steps into creative conflicts. Prosecutors didn't mince words. U.S. Attorney Jay Clayton said Rinch took $11 million meant for a TV show and gambled it on speculative stock options and crypto transactions. For them, this conviction is a message. If someone diverts investor money, they will follow the money and hold them accountable, no matter how creative the excuse. So now the industry is left with a messy question. Was this a straightforward case of fraud or a creative dispute that spiraled into something far bigger? Let us know what you think in the comments. Was this a scam or a meltdown? And if you enjoyed the breakdown, hit like, subscribe to Papaya Room, and ring that bell so you never miss an update.